going to introduce a new topic. So, kani siya, it's more on concepts that are related to um, technology for teaching and learning. Wait lang. Guys, September 16 actually is our midterm no, midterm prelim man di ay. Siguro after kung madayon jud ang prelim by September 16 nya dili ta ka di mo ka present ana ano sa inyong data. We can move it at a later day, siguro sa September 23. Pero it will be graded as part of your prelim ra Japon, either as a prelim project or major prelim activity. Okay. So, welcome to our lesson 2, which is understanding concepts, basic concepts in ICT. Now, this is very important because not only that we have to be aware of like is the standards for students and teachers, as well as the ICT competency standards are very essential for us to be aware of, no, as future teachers. So it's also important to understand basic concepts in ICT because sooner or later, once you will be teaching online, and for example, no, you will be teaching your students, and then you will encounter some words that are related to ICT. There are times when you are unfamiliar with it, no? So, especially when we talk about, developing the curriculum, for example, or applying different technology tools in our instruction. So, there will be times wherein we encounter several words, no? Or several terms that are new to us. Okay? So that is what we are going to learn for this afternoon. Okay, what are our lesson outcomes? So by the end of this session, you'll be able to define conceptually or operationally terms that are basic to the understanding of ICT, and then use the concepts and terms in communicating with peers for further understanding. Sorry, further understanding na siya. So let us explore various resources to have a clear understanding of this lesson. And let us also unpack some concepts and terms related to technology for teaching and learning. Oh, aside from the most common that we hear na like asynchronous, synchronous, yun na pa hybrid, blended, kailangan man na sila no kung mag-ingon tag hybrid, while ga online ko, ga face-to-face po ko nga klase, no? So, I have online participants and face-to-face participants. That is hybrid. Kung blended na gaya siya, mix of both online and face-to-face. Like what we are doing now with our setup, no? Nga, we have face-to-face classes, then we also have online classes due to the lack of classrooms. And then we also have asynchronous and synchronous activity, no? So, kamo as teachers, you have to be aware of that, no? I think kabalo naman mo ani kay pag pandemic uso jud kaning asynchronous, 'di ba? Ang asynchronous wherein regardless dili kinahanglan magdungan tanang estudyante magdo sa activity. So regardless kung kanus ang mag-start ang estudyante, so self-paced lang siyang activity, self-paced learning, but you still set a deadline. Okay, so that all of them must submit on time. But dili necessarily nga tanan sila dungan mag-answer or dungan mag-open sa learning packet. And then if we have synchronous, this is a perfect example of synchronous, no? Wala a synchronous class wherein all of you are with me here, no, in real time, and then also if I let you do activities, no, dungan mo tanan og himo. Okay, that's synchronous a class or synchronous activity. Okay, now there are actually several terms that are available no nga pwede nyo ma-search online, no? But allow me to discuss them further with you, no, so that once you encounter them in your future like lessons or kanang mag-demo teaching mo, you already know what these are. We will start first with technology. So technology refers to a mix of process and product used in the application of knowledge. It includes tools from pencil and paper to the latest electronic gadgets and tools for practical tasks. Like what I've mentioned, no, when we talk about technology, it can either be digital or non-digital. So kung mogamit ka dira og kanang mga ano sa tawag ni realiyas, no, or mogamit ka og kanang model, no, sa isa ka like parts of the human body, or if you are learning about how blood flows in and out of the heart, you use like a plastic or real life model, no, pwede mo gani pig's heart as an example. That's non-digital. But when you use na gani technology, that is already digital technology. Next, we have information and communication technology, or ICT literacy. Is the use of digital technology and communication tools rather. Wait lang, next on slide. Okay. So, if you are ICT literate, it means you are able to access, manage, integrate, evaluate, create, and communicate information in order to communicate in a knowledge society. To put it simply, kabalo ka mo gamit og technology, no? You know how to access it, you know where to go to access technology, and you know what kind of specific tool imong gamiton. If you want to make a video, you know where to go. Asa nga platform ka maghimo og video or mag-edit og video. If you want to make an infographic or a poster, you know exactly where to go to make that poster and what kind of tools you are going to use. And once you know how to access and manage technology, you know also how to and evaluate no asa dira nga mga platforms ang maoy angay para maghimo ani nga mga different multimedia tools no or multimedia outputs like video, infographics baron or slideshow, kabalo pug ka mo create. So, person na no, I'm going to make an infographic, okay, on the dangers of uh, excess use of AI in technology, no, or unsa iyang ma-bring ana in plagiarism or koan. So I will go to Canva because there are different templates there that can help me make my infographic. Pag tuno ko dito sa Canva, I know how to access, no, where to go, no, know how to manage it. And pag pili pa lang ako sa Canva because there are so many options for me to choose, no. We can do Adobe Spark Post. Although ato nga time no mas nauna si Adobe Spark Post, mas ning sikat noon si Canva. And or maybe we could do like kanang kuan sana oy kanang Photoshop no Adobe, or I can do it gani siguro with my Microsoft Publisher. Okay, medyo karaan nung Microsoft Publisher, no, wala pa Canva mo na nang ginagamit na mo to edit like brochures or school paper. So that's one example. Okay, we can use that's one example of evaluating, no, nga kabalo ka asa ka mo agto, kabalo ka mo evaluate asa ang appropriate tools imong gabiton, and then you know how to create. So once you already know where to go, what to do, then you create your infographic. And after you've created your infographic through Canva as your chosen platform, you know how to communicate it. So, okay muna ko og kuan infographic. I'm going to post it to social media, no? Or to SlideShare, no? Or to other of my social media accounts so that I could raise awareness on the dangers of excessive use of AI in education, okay? Or irresponsible use of AI in education. Okay? So, you are creating, you know, and you are communicating that information that you have learned in a multimedia manner, no, in order for you to function in a knowledge society. So you're helping create more information by using the internet, no. You have information, communication, and technology literacy na anang tulo. You know, you possess that kind of information, and you want to communicate it with other people. Unsay imong nakatunan, gusto nimo i-communicate sa uban, and you use technology to do that. Okay? So, kana pandaan that is already ICT literacy, no? Okay. Let us now proceed to educational technology, digital literacy, and digital learning. And then, naro by times nga medyo confusing si educational technology and si instructional technology, no? Kay, it is defined here quite closely, quite similarly, pero the scope lang siguro is different between the two. But anyway, allow me to move next to educational technology. Dili siya, no? Dili siya, sige siya, o ka stuck, okay. So, educational technology refers to the use of technology in teaching and learning. So, this includes both non-digital like flip charts, pictures, models, reliefs, and digital electronic tools like hardware, software, and connections. Now, when we talk about educational technology class, this applies to the whole curriculum. In general siya. Okay? Para sa na ang mga teachers, ang principal, academic coordinator, maganahon na sila unsay appropriate tools ang gamiton for the specific topic, for the specific nga kanang lesson, no, or kaning nga subject unsa tong gamiton. Para sa na, no, nagsuranay mo nga indot kay integrate ang robotics sa computer nga subject, or sa subject abi nga arts and crafts, no, i-include na to ang 3D drawing. Okay? Masana, or sa drafting, no, aside from, writing it on or sketching it on a piece of bond paper, pwede ta maka-use og AutoCAD, no, to anang i-expose atong mga bata og AutoCAD at an early age. Okay? So, that's an example of educational technology. We apply it in the curriculum. Dili siya in a specific topic lang, but in the subject as a whole, no? So, para saan na, if given a budget ang school, no, like I'm teaching abi tour guiding or travel services, I can even include the students, no, to be trained in like Amadeus or Galileo nga global distribution system. That's an example of educational technology. Picking out tools, no, it could be non-digital or digital tools nga mo enhance sa pagtudlo sa teacher in the specific subject. Because you are going to come back to this one, okay? Similar sila og concept with instructional technology, but only difference lang with instructional technology, it's much more specific. So specific in a way wherein kung unsa nga kani siya nga topic or unsa ni siya nga lesson, mo ni siya nga specific digital or non-digital tool akong gamiton. Unlike sa educational technology nga we apply it as a whole, no, both in teaching and in learning. Basta yung hanaon, basta general gani, applies to the curriculum, educational technology. Pero kung kuan na gani, specific topic or lesson, very specific jud siya, that is instructional technology. Yun na siya mo, next. Okay. Next is digital literacy. It is defined in Cornell University as the ability to find, evaluate, utilize, and create contents using information technologies and the internet. Very much similar to ICT literacy, no? The only thing lang siguro is kanang mugamit ka both cognitive and technical skills, okay? You know how to make use of technology and you know how to use ideas, no, and information in order for you to create meaningful ideas, no, with the use of technology. In short, it's very similar to the idea is quite similar to ICT literacy, but focus on to only into teaching and learning through the use of digital tools. Next is digital learning. So it's any type of learning that is accompanied by technology or by instructional practice that makes effective use of technology. So meaning magkat-on ang bata basta accompanied siya with technology or instructional practice. Perfect example of that are WebQuest. Tagaan ni mo learning packets or WebQuest ang mga bata. Usahay, the earliest forms of WebQuest kay kanang mga PowerPoint niya na agay naka-click na nakabutang nga link, like for example, for you to access the map to further the activity, click the link here. Then it will take you to the internet then after. Basta in short, it's learning with the use of technology, guided with technology. Kana ding mga for example, like Quipper, pwede ka ka-upload dira og video. So for example, nakay PowerPoint presentation niya, tunga-tungaan na ganahan ka magpakita og video niya. Since asynchronous man siya, pwede ra nimo i-assign ang module sa bata, so they learn at their own pace. So they make use of Quipper, they open Quipper using their account, mubasa sila sa slides. So, self-paced learning. And then, i-click nila ang video. So, they would learn also through that video. After, mahuman ang video, basa na po silang slides until maabot sa point nga at the end part, they're going to answer some few questions. So, that is digital learning, no? Guided, accompanied by technology. So it encompasses the application of a wide spectrum of practices which includes blended or virtual learning. It can come off as online or offline, which utilizes digital technology. Nayuban ning ano no offline like um pwede man kuan kanang mohatag ka og mga PowerPoint presentation na nay questions dira. Not necessarily nga they have to open the internet. No? The mere fact that they're going to open your PowerPoint presentation and then pagkahuman ana no kay kanang like for example if it even if it's like a local network no oh share a big file sa mga bata using networking within sa computer laboratory. No, they work on a certain file together, then they share the file na pod with their other workmates, no. Or pwede siya offline nga kanang pre-downloaded na siya nga slides nga na activities and instructions dito so mga bata na lang mo answer through their screens. So it could also come off as offline. That still utilizes digital technology kaya may the use of PowerPoint or computer. Ang online is when, like, example or web quest, like what I've said, no? Or you open the Google Classroom, kaya di makaka-open sa Google Classroom sa activities if wala kay connection. So, online, digital tools and apps use the internet connection to access information needed. A common example is Skype. So, unsa man ni siya, no? Skype, Zoom, personally, Google Meet is a telecommunication application. So, kung muhatag ko yung activity and you can download it and do it at a later time, that is offline. Basta ma-download mo siya, nya pwede ra mo mogamit walay mogamit og PC pero bahalag walay internet basta maansira na ninyo ang activity. Then you submit it to me, for example, not through Google Classroom but have it printed, for example. That is already non offline, no? Pero kung mag-online ta, para saan video conference telecommunication rooms wherein we conduct classes synchronously, no? In Google Meet, in Zoom, in MS Teams. So, include po nila diri ang ang synchronous rather. Kato kayo na kung gihatag nyo like web quest nga examples kay kaman to siya. Online pero asynchronous siya. Kuna po nang i-exit kaya di na po na ko next. Okay, next is instructional technology. So, dili na ta naabot nga part, no? So, when we talk about instructional technology, it is the theory and practice of design, development, utilization, and evaluation of the processes and resources for learning. In short, if it's very specific, unlike sa educational technology nga, we're going to use 3D art, no? For arts nga subject, arts and crafts nga subject. So, if you integrate technology in the subject as a whole, in general, that is educational technology. But, when I say, for example, for this topic, since last week, gagamit naman mi og kanang kuan, internet para mag-research. So, karon mogamit na pod mi og websites, no? Or, for example, mogamit na pod mi og software like SPSS to help us interpret our data. Kung gamito na siya in that specific topic alone, if it's very specific to one topic, no, not the entire subject, then that is instructional technology. From the word itself, instructional, so, syempre, no, when you're going to instruct or discuss in front of the class, what kind of technology will you integrate? Kay katumangod siya as a whole na siya, tibuok na siya nga subject. Kay magtudlo kog statistics anino kay statistics akong subject, mo gamit mig SPSS sa tanan na mo nga lessons, no? Mapakuan man mapa-descriptive statistics man or inferential statistics. That is educational technology. Then we integrate it in our curriculum, no, or lesson plan. Pero kung it is used only to the specific topic rather, there is no repetition na like move on na po ka sa next na pod nga technology tools gamiton sa lain na pod nga topic, then that is instructional technology. Ay, kalisod ko sa akong slides. Okay. Okay na. Next is software. So, software refers to a program control instructions and accompanying a documentation stored in disks or tapes when not being used in the computer. By extension, the term refers to any audiovisual materials. And not just audiovisual, no. Applications in your mobile phone or even kanang mga applications mong gina-install sa imong laptop. Those are examples of software. You cannot actually touch it, but it's programmed, it's installed in your computer so that it can run several functions for you. Okay, like I have an app for video recording, just like this one, no? Kana yung nakitaan karon. I have an app for teleconferencing, like Zoom, or Google Meet, no? For Google Meet is website naman siya kung PC, no? Application siya kung phone, pero sa PC is kuan siya. Separate. Kuan siya kanang website. Okay, ang next kay what other softwares pa dyan, no? For example, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, you cannot actually touch it, no, because it has to be downloaded online. So again, no, if it's intangible, you can see it. Wait lang. You can see it, no, you can program it, for example, or no, not program, I mean install it, no, for you to use several nga mga several nga mga functions, like for example for video conferencing, for video editing. For example, Zotero is like a researcher nga assistant, no, will help you with your references and all, no, or to search for the internet or kanang magkuan sa inyong data. These are examples of software. Usually we install them through a link online, USB, or a CD. Okay, next is multimedia. So it is a sequential or simultaneous use of variety of media formats in given presentation or self-study program. When you talk about multimedia, it's a combination of text, words or words, audio. No. So text, words, audio, animation, pictures, no? Muna siya mga example sa multimedia. For example, kuan ha kanang power tune nga video. Okay, naay abi for example mo voice over sa kana nga animation nya, na ay mo draw or na ay mo kag animation nya ipalihok ang katong mga cartoon sa video. And then na ay mga sounds gi-include. Okay, and then na ay subtitles, no, or maski walay subtitles, like the script itself sa video, no, that is already an example of multimedia. Again, it's a combination of text, words, no, mga sounds, no, may voice over ba or background sounds ba na siya, animation, pictures, colors, no, those are examples of multimedia. Okay. Hatag kog example para mas makakuan pa jud. Medyo hina yung internet today. Wait lang. Dili nyo madunggan ang audio, pero kuha na, pakita na ako. Actually, you can even make your own Powtoon. Kung ginahan mo, like, kung mag-demo mo niya, ginahan mo ka ng ay, wala siya dire.
If I go through one really quickly, look, you've got a story in mind. You go to this one, you pick out. We'll do the superhero one, and then it'll say, "Do you want to set up a slide?" So intro. What intro? Well, I want. Let's have this one. Worker's name. Right. Make a statement. So you've got to say what's happening. Click on the social button. I want to get social. It gives you a square. I'm going to add a video first. So I'm going to go media, upload media, right? Now it wants you to upload an MP4. Yeah, only does convert find your dot move seconds long. Greatest video of all time. That's now uploaded. So it's actually a video of my sister's dog running towards me out of focus. Right? Social media.
Wait. I'll choose a different one lang siguro. Kay, kuan siya. Abi na ko mo, pakita siya sa finished product. Okay. Di nyo makita actually di madumog kayo. Pero this is an example of multimedia. So, it's moving. So, animation, and then actual text. Sunod pa siya, if na-upload mo siya, what's ito gani? Voice over. But anyway, you get the gist of it naman, no? It's in a form of like an animated video, basta as long as it has like combination sa tanan. You can see it, you can hear it, no? Okay, next is the internet. So the internet is a massive network of networks, a networking infrastructure that connects millions of computers together globally, forming a network in which any computer can communicate with any other computer as long as they can be connected to the internet. So the internet is quite helpful because it helps computers connect with each other, share ideas. Although the World Wide Web it provides access to different information that is already stored, no, sa database ni internet, but the internet actually helps connect millions of computers as a global network so that we can share and upload information with each other. That's why when you go to the internet and when you search for something, you are given with several kanang manggawas nga mga result, no, from your prompt palandaan sa search engine. The reason for that is that daghan po kay mga computers nationwide, no, nga ga-create po og kanang ilang own information, they upload information online. And once you upload it on the internet, anyone can access it. Okay? So basically, the internet is just one sharing of like one platform of sharing of ideas, sharing of new learnings, 'di ba? Para sa no, when you do a research paper and you plan to get your paper published, when you upload it in Google Scholar, so you are also sharing it with other people online so that they can also, you know, kana make your research paper as one of their bases sa ilaha pod nga research paper. Okay, so this connects my computer with other computers so that we can upload, no, anything online. Yeah, sometimes it's a setback lang kay mo lagi no, you can upload anything online pero napayoban ginagamit po dyan sa dili mao. Okay? World Wide Web, on the other hand, is a graphics environment on a computer that allows you to access, view, and maintain documents that can include text, data, sound, and videos. Meaning it is used to access anything, no? Text, for example, like an article, data, even videos and sounds. Okay? So the World Wide Web and the internet goes hand in hand. The World Wide Web allows you to access information, allows you to view information, and store information, while the internet connects thousands of people in their smartphone, in their computers, in order for us to upload, create, and even share information with other people. Next. It's a way of accessing information over the medium of the internet. It is an information sharing model that is built on top of the internet. That's why they go hand in hand together, because the reason why it's built on top of the internet, so that when we put a certain link, we can easily access where it is located and stored. A perfect example is one of our um, facilitators no sa seminar or sa webinar nga akong gi-attend is link kay ang gihatag. Unya di pa siya mo makapi-paste no kay murag photo ra guro sa link iyang gihatag. Pero na dito ang hypertext link. So ako na siyang gikopya. No, I copied everything diligently. O even encoded it manually, no? Kay usually kung naay link, igo naman ta mo click or i-paste na to siya ibutang sa murag search engine sa babaw, no? Pero you can even access the actual file even if you encode it, because as long as you have the hypertext link no, on the World Wide Web, it's easy for you to access where it is posted, where it is located. Next is web access. Web access is the ability of the learner to access the internet at any point during the lesson in order to take advantage of the array of available education sources. A perfect example, when you allow your students, for example, may nga nakahanga, okay guys, I will give you 5 minutes or 10 minutes to allow you to open, or I will give back to your phones, allow you to do research to further add to your argument. For example, if you're going to have a formal debate, so if you need materials for your argument and rebuttals, you are given 5 to 10 minutes to search for it. Then you write your rebuttal. Okay, or ang imong like introduction. Now, that's an example of web access. But you still need to regulate it as a teacher. Dili man pwede nga kanang abi ipa-research mo sila, pasagdaan mo sila. Mabuto niya sa point wherein dili na di ay research sila ang gina-search, no? Ang ilahan ang ginapangita kay kuan na dito kanang ga-Facebook na, galantaw nag-YouTube. I did also this one with my research class. Sa una, hands-on man gud mong research class sa senior high, wherein I'm given siguro mga 2 hours to teach. So, for example, if I taught them like the basics and the theory for the first meeting, in the second meeting, I allow them to go to the computer lab. No, this was, pre-pandemic times, to patag senior high. I allow them to go to the lab, and then they have to open. So, naka-block na ang Facebook, YouTube, and other websites sa computer lab. No, gisat na daan sa server. So, ang matabo, kay ingnan ako estudyante nga, sige, since nag-discuss naman ta how to write the review of related literature, how to segregate them according to conceptual framework and foreign and local studies, I want you to draft your RRL na conceptual not conceptual framework, thematic analysis or concept nimo nga literature, conceptual literature nimo using Google Scholar. So you can make use of the computer sa computer lab, ibalay na imong RRL, no? Make use of your available resources like Google Scholar or DOAJ or kanang mga Scopus journals to further support your review of related literature. Okay, that's an example of a web quest, no? Kaya di mo gud sa nang panahon lang pod nga offline ang mga activities atong ihatag nila. We can actually think of more ways, no, para ma-expand pa ang ilahang learning. Labi na kung mas lisod and mas complicated ang subject, like research, for example. We talked about webquest several times, no? So, when I think about webquest manggod, I always think about Encarta. I don't know if nakaabot ba ang uban sa inyong Encarta, but during our time, it was really popular. We can access it offline, pero if you want to read further about a certain topic or give us more examples, gahatag sila og link asa to access it, and then we will be taken online. No, we will use the internet to have further na pod nga mga results, no, and discussions from what is written in the learning packets or modules in Encarta. And that was my first exposure sa una. Napoy uban nga mga teachers gagamit sila og web question, meaning sila jud gahimo Nya, medyo kuti lang siya, no? Kaya you have to include in your PowerPoint presentation and in your activities unsa nga link imong ibutang, no? Kay for example, moingon na bing teacher nga. Okay. For you to highlight the countries in East Asia, kindly click on the link here. So, gikan ka sa PowerPoint, when you click the link, you'll be taken to Google, no? Nya, katuman nga specific link will locate you to the map activity. For example, sa word wall ba siya nakabutang, and then you have to answer it. Okay, examples of web quest para ma-visualize pa jud. Wait lang for a while. Wait lang. Special lang examples of web quest. Okay na ra. Medyo kutihan po ta og web quest. Pero nabi abang mga teachers gagamit og web quest. Okay, this is an example of a web quest. Web quest siya about making web quest. Okay, wait lang. So pasunod na siya no na introduction niya. I-click nimo ang task, it would lead you to task, evaluation, this is the evaluation. Nya, kuan na siya sa kung sa PowerPoint pa na murag imong program to gana. Murag mabutang kag link diri sa mga words ba wherein kung i-press na ko siya, it will direct me to slide 5, it will direct me to slide 4 ana. Okay. Nya, kani siya muhatag siya like ang instruction niya is off. Pwede siya offline. Okay, in a form of a PowerPoint. Usually it's really in a form of a PowerPoint and it has links. Okay. So not only nga naa siya kani na internal link no nga mag click ko sa intro, balhin ra sa kani nga slide. If I want to go to the 6th slide, I will just click here. Mugawas pod siya. Now, there are instances wherein you will be given a slide no nga tapos kag process no or task what to do, key instructions. So in order for you to proceed no in making or following the instructions, kailangan ka mabasa po sa different materials online. Okay, for you to answer the web quest activity. So ang ginabutan ni diri is actual jud siya nga link. So makita ninyo diri no nga kung akong iduol ako ang cursor, if I move my cursor here, you can see the link nga mogawas. Okay? So, to put it simply, as teachers, you can make a web quest if like hatag activity abi like na intro, task, process, evaluation, conclusion, and then on the part of the teacher pod. You provide instructions and then you provide links. Okay, asa malocate. For example, kani kinahanglan nila i-label ang countries in Asia. Nya, di na ko ibutan ni sa akong PowerPoint. Ginahan ko nga online jud. So, muhatag kog link sa word wall or sa quiz is para ansira nila. So, when they click on the link, it will help me with my activity. Okay? I will be able to answer the activity. Kani siya, ang link yatag diri is not to help you, sorry. Ang link kang ibutan diri is not actually nga directly mo answer ka sa activity. The link here is to provide you with guides guides or for example further ideas on how to finish the task. So daghan kay klase, either ang link nimo is the actual activity itself or mubutang kag link dira like articles to help the student answer the web quest activity in the PowerPoint. Okay? Una dapat mo learn ka about web quest. So basahon sa nimo ni. Nya saan man nimo ni pag-locate o mo click ra ka sa mga link nga gihatag dira and it will redirect you. So basically it is just a combination of web and quest. You're using the World Wide Web, okay, to finish your quest or to finish your task. Buti na kay not unless if na kay mga ready-made materials or willing ka mo go through all of that with just one subject or one topic. So again, this can be created using various programs, including simple word processing documents that include links to website. Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint. WPS PowerPoint. Himo lang kadag instructions, butang kag link. Either ang activity na imong gibutang or the guide, no, in order for you to finish the activity. Okay, next is productivity tools. So productivity tools refers to any type of software associated with computers and related technologies that can be used as tools for personal, professional, or classroom productivity. Okay, so daghang klase itong mga productivity tools. Napod siya mo gawas. Say example, Microsoft Office, Apple Works, word processing, record keeping, web page introduction. In short, kanang spreadsheets or Excel, Google Docs, or Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Publisher. SPS is also an example of a productivity tool. So anything that could help make your work faster. Okay. Initially, no, in the history of computers, which we did not start with that, no, in the history of computers and in management information systems, supercomputers, like the big ones, no, kani example niya, these were built actually to help increase productivity. So when accountants, usually banks use this, okay, they store huge amount of data, especially silang mga clients. Now, it's pretty common sa una no, in the corporate world to have supercomputers because you can't do all the computations yourself. Very simple naman siya. It's a form of a Microsoft Excel. You can program it nga automatic add and subtract, for example, or naa kay i-program dira nga kanang ihatag yung average or i-consolidate ni siya tanan. So it actually increases productivity. Wait lang, palitan ako to kung slide. Perfect example of supercomputers kay kani. Wait lang. Okay, this one. These were made, no, and then wala pa na ang Microsoft Excel. VisiCalc pa na sa una. So ginagamit na is spreadsheets ra jud kay para instead nga mag-compute ta manually, program na natong Microsoft Excel. Mubutang ta dira og kanang raw information, automatically isort na niya. Okay. Butang ka dira og raw scores sa mga bata, for example, no? Sa mga quizzes, activities. Pag butang nimo silang mga score, automatic na sa pinakatumoy, nag-compute na sa grado, nag-compute na for average, no? And then after compute na for consolidation. Okay? So, those are tools that helps increase productivity, dali mahuman, usually used in the office. Next is technology tool. It is an instrument used for doing work. It can be anything that help you to accomplish your goal with the use of technology. Could be digital or non-digital as long as complete ra ang imuhang task. So these technology tools can be classified as, first is data calculation tools. When we make your grades actually class, it's easier for us. We have to just input. Sir, hatag lang ko og kanang demo. Pero dili gikan diri nga student ha kay for confidentiality reasons. Empty lang ako empty lang grading sheet. Data calculation tools. Microsoft Excel is a perfect example. No? Spreadsheets, sketchpads, probability constructor. SPSS is one example. So, kani siya, it deals with statistics. So, for example, if I have 450 respondents, gamit mo ni sa grad school, no? Kay, lay man na good basta, like, sa college nga, okay, rag 50, 100 copy na respondents. Pero sa grad school, more than that, no? To make it more substantial. So, I use the SPSS. Dili na ko input ako ang kanang frequency ra gud pila ka book ang ni answer og yes or no sa kaning mga following questions, and then ibutang isetting na nako siya daan nga for descriptive statistics or kuan ako like inferential niya. So pag hatag na ko ana nga unorganized wala pa na compute nga data, so sila na bahalaan na no, si SPSS. After ana mo hatag din sila og result, naka-tabulate pa na siya, naka-convert into percentage, everything is already set there. Igo na siya ko mo interpret. Okay? In simpler forms, ginagamit po siya ang kaning mga data or calculation tools with grades. Dito sa akong i-class record So, kani wala pa bi pangalan, no? Butang ako dira 50 iyahang score. 50 ang perfect score. Diri kay 100. Then ang prelim is 50. So, di na ko magtagbog compute, no? For example, the first student, yung nakuha is 45 ra. Na-compute na siya diri. Sa projects niya, ang nakuha niya is 90 ra. Computed na pod. Na para mahuman ang grado, syempre mo take siya sa iyahang examination or else mo niyang initial grade 58.50. Yung nakuha ni for example is 50. Perfect siya sa prelim exam. Mo na niyang initial grade 93.50. So these are examples of calculation tools. Di ba? Kung gamay ako estudyante, within 5 minutes, mahuman na ka sa imuhang grades. Okay, we are done with data calculation tools. Let us proceed to design tools. Kanang maghimo ka og kanang kuan. Infographics baron or mag-edit ka like Adobe Spark Post or Adobe nga kanang na Photoshop or naay mga lain nga apps pa jud mo, or kung ikaw mag-create ka mismo og game or activity sa imong estudyante o na may quiz is na ay word wall. So they are used to make models and designs creating and building, including here are Family Tree Maker, Golly G, and Crazy Machines. Next is discussion tool. So, kung kani, mag-create ka, like projects baron, multimedia. And then, ang first tool is to compute, with given data, like Microsoft Excel, for example, for grades, or for example, kung mo keep track mo with ako na kay reflection, you keep track with inventory, mga ingana, or kung maghimo kag research, you want to compute the number of responses per question, so na dira sa mga data calculation tools. So discussion tool on the other hand, is one of the technology tools we introduced a while ago. So this is more on like blogging, live chat, video teleconferencing, Okay, discussion threads. Okay, when you talk about discussion threads, you have like Quora, no, or um, Reddit, no, that's perfect example. Twitter is also pwede man siya ma-discussion thread pero medyo toxic na kahit siya no pang social media yun siya. Pero kung academics lang, pwede man ta mag-Reddit pero you have to control the channel pod nga di pod inappropriate. Or pwede man Google Classroom itself has an option where you can discuss and have a discussion thread with your students. Okay, blogging, meaning you write no what happened to you, like it's a personal diary. Write what happened to you in a day. Then vlogging also, no, through video format na siya. A live chat, okay, kani siya, no, video teleconferencing. So these are just some examples of the discussion tool. Ginagamit siya to have discussions, meetings, no. Apil na gani ang messenger na ani, no, WhatsApp, kan pa jud. Okay, aside sa kanang Skype, Zoom, MS Teams, or Reddit nga na ay discussion threads dito. So, pwede po kayo siya sa uban patsud nga mga other discussion tools. Like Messenger, WhatsApp, buta ka Telegram kung mukan ba siya, no? Pero, kanalan yung mga common lang. Next is email tools. Like Google, Gmail, for example, Gmail, Yahoo. Surprisingly, napagagamit og Yahoo, no? We're used to Gmail naman good already. So, these are great communication tools for sending messages. If gamay raman jud kay siya nga pwede siya maagi email, so dili na ginapaagi, no? Dili na kinahanglan patawag pag meeting or mag video conference ra nya. Pwede bang kuan, pwede bang trivial, no? Pwede rang gamaya sa problema. Okay? So, it can be sent through a form of an email ra jud. So this is great for sending messages, photographs, videos, and other files. It allows you to reach out to others around the world. Examples are Google Mail, Ymail, and Yahoo Mail, and many more. Okay, next is handheld devices. Unsa man yung mga handheld devices? Lain ni siya sa mga tools ha. Nahuman na ta ani. Koto ba sa email tools ang different types of tools, no? We have data calculation tool, design tool, discussion tools, no, and email tools. Kanilahi na po ni si handheld devices. Si handheld devices, it has become popular among learners. This include personal digital assistants. Actually, apps like Gemini, no, na naman embedded naman siya with Google, no. This can be your like digital assistant or Alexa, no, or Siri kung sa smartphone pa na siya. Sa iPhone pa na siya. Then you have GPS or global positioning system, not distribution, sorry. Global positioning system, like Waze. You can make use of like Google Maps also, no, to help you locate where you are and then where to go through the use of satellite. Then you have geographic information system in the classroom. You have portable keyboards, digital camera, mobile phones, and palm handheld computers or tablets. One example. So, kani siya class, no? These are things that you can hold at the same time can assist you in several nga mga functions. Magamit man ning handheld devices sa Japan sa activity? Pwede man, no? Para sa nang kuan abi, you allow them to picture something sa garden sa school, then they have to make a poem out of what they see, no, outside. Or magamit sa mobile phone to do research. Okay, per guided siya nga research. We are done na. Aning web quest, no? Teacher structured research experience for the students that is primarily based on the use of the World Wide Web. Typically takes one or more instructional periods. Next is blog. In our generation, I think we are far more familiar, no, with vlogs compared to blogs, diba? before in my time, di po ko yung nakatigulang ha, kay 27 patap. But back when I was in high school, blogs were very much common. Although na naman na silang kong sa una, no, like sila ni nang usaga ni ng babae ka vlog naman na noon na sila sa YouTube, but it's not really that prevalent, unlike karon, diba? So sa una we open like wix.com, no, libre naman na siya nga website. So what we do with Wix is mohimo na kog website and mer siya og kanang online diary na ko siya. Okay. So I tell about my day, I write it in like a form of a journal, mer siya online diary, and then anyone can actually see it as well. Or when I make like comments, no, or himo abi ko og kanang review. Karon kay video naman ang review ron, no. Mo review kag pagkaon, mo review kag cosmetic brand, no. So sa una kayo like mo review me og book, for example, when we've read something or when I've tried something or when I went to a certain place that is new to me. So we write it through our like online journals through blog. Okay? Now, usually like English teachers or other teachers nga ginahan like wala na mga kanang mga notebook nga katang di formal karon, no. You can allow actually your students to write anything like how was their long weekend, how was their like vacation, no, sem break nila. Pwede nimo sila ipa-vlog. Pwede ka i-vlog if ginahan pa jud video blog. So, wala na mga katang di formal ron ngay, sulat na tanan. No? You can even apply it here. So, there are 3 kinds of blogs. Blogs used for communication, blogs used for instruction, and blogs used for both. Next is wiki. So, like WikiHow or Wikipedia, no? Daghan kay klase nga mga wikis, no? Pinaka-common is Wikipedia. But again, no, it can be editable. As you can see in the definition, it's an editable website, usually with limited access. Allows students to collaboratively create and post written work or digital files such as digital photos or videos. Now, the tendency is, no, anyone can actually fabricate anything in Wikipedia. And then, ang uban mang good, magmuna lang basihan nga, legitimate guro ni kay gisearch ako sa Wikipedia. Module guro niyang tinuod, no? Pero again, when we do research, we try to inform our students nga please refrain from using Wikipedia as your sources. Kay although dali man jud noon siya sabton, no, it's easy to understand when you read in Wikipedia because no, they simplify things for you. They arrange even the information there for you, no, it's with its references, no, but only difference lang is it's editable and you cannot trace the author. So for example, if nabi magtamperan na, no, ilisa na siyang information, mutuo na dayon ka. No, that's why it's not really encouraged when we do research work na we rely so much on Wikipedia. Okay? Pero sa una, no, when I was in high school or in college, I really make use of Wikipedia jud, like dira jud ko tanan gabase sa akong mga search kay dali naman gud siya masabta, no. Dali ra kayo nimo siya mag-gets ang concept niya ba. Unlike sa mag-search pa ka sa bang websites, basahon pa mo tag sa they narrow everything down for you. But again, the only risk lang it's editable, no. So anyone can edit it, you cannot trace the author, and that is already sketchy na, no. So medyo may risk factor pod siya ana nga aspect. Okay. We are going to continue with Flip Classroom by next meeting. Online na laman Japon ta ana, no, and again, I do hope you can start now with your classmates in making the Google form. And then, siguro mag-anam-anam na po mo og salat sa letter para at least makastart na mo og survey. Just do it anytime lang inyong mga vacant ninyo, sabot lang mo sa inyong kagrupo. Okay? So, if madayon jud ang ato ang prelim by September 16, then we cannot report it. Pero if dili madayon, September 16 jud ang ato ang reporting sa inyong findings sa survey. Okay? Instructions already posted naman Japon in our Google Classroom. So, if di madala, like for example, prelim naman jud na, ano, kay push through jud sa ato ang schedule based on the school calendar, then we are just going to reschedule the presentation of your findings for all 3 groups. For all 3 groups on September 23. Okay, do you have any questions?